Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Psalm 48 study. We have almost filled up the first row of our white dots there. We're almost a third of the way through the book of Psalms. We'll get there when we get to Psalm 50, Lord willing, in 2 days, but all in good time. Let's talk about Psalm 48. This psalm is about Jerusalem, the city of Jerusalem. The author, the sons of Korah again, and there is a New Testament reference to Psalm 48 in Matthew chapter 5, verse 35. The overarching themes of this chapter, at least as I see them, are these. Number one, Jerusalem is portrayed as the city of God. Number two, God was worthy of worship for guarding the city and elevating it. And number three, Jerusalem stood as a testament of God's generational faithfulness to his people, the people of Israel. Under the definitions heading, I've got just one word, and it's once again the word Selah, which appears in verse 8. We've talked about this word several times. The word appears over 70 times in the Psalms. Some scholars think that it was a musical pause or a literary pause, calling on the reader to stop and to ponder what had just been stated. As I mentioned, the 48th Psalm is all about the city of Jerusalem and the God who protected that city. So Jerusalem, the city of God, is our heading for our 14 verses today. Psalm 48 was written in honor of the city of Jerusalem and the God who watched over it. David's son, Solomon, built a temple for the Lord in Jerusalem, which became the center point of the nation's religious life. So you remember before that, it was the tabernacle, the tent that housed the Ark of the Covenant that Moses and the people had built back during the days wandering in the wilderness before they made the Promised Land their home. But then David's son built a permanent structure, the temple, which kind of replaced that tabernacle. The psalmist begins by praising the city's beauty and calling it God's holy mountain, because Jerusalem was built on a hill or on a mountain. God was present with his people in that city, which made it special compared to all the other cities of the earth. The psalmist recalled a time when enemy kings gathered to attack Jerusalem, but God scattered them and saved the city. He writes, quote, "For behold, the kings assembled, they came on together. As soon as they saw it, they were astounded, they were in panic, and they took flight." That's verses 4 and 5. Now, the Israelites had heard stories of God's great deeds from their fathers, in the past, things that God had done for their ancestors. Those stories were then confirmed by their own eyes as they continued to observe God's protection of this great city. The psalmist concluded by encouraging people to walk around the city and to look at it, basically, to observe its towers, its ramparts, its citadels, to see just how great the city was, the walls, so that they would be able to tell their children about the city's splendor, or more importantly, about God's splendor. So that is Psalm 48. It's all about Jerusalem. Now, how are we going to make application from that? Because as disciples of Jesus, as believers, as Christians, we're spread out all over the world, and we don't have a physical city to rejoice in. An emphasis has been taken off of Jerusalem and off of the temple. Jesus told the woman at the well that in John chapter 4. Now believers are spread out all over the world. We don't live within the walls of a town that physically represents God's protection and care for us. We probably don't sit around reminiscing with our neighbors, walking the streets or looking over a map of our local town, talking about how God did great things in this location or this location. Our town doesn't have a physical temple where God's presence visibly dwells. That said, we do have a place to rejoice in God with other people who love God. And that is in the church. And I think this is how we can make application. We can worship God for protecting the church through the centuries. We can reminisce with people in the church about God's goodness to our forefathers and the people who came before us. God's presence dwells within the church, within us, the members of the church. And we share that unique fellowship with other disciples. Paul talks about this in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. "Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God?" So sure, we don't have a physical city to rejoice in, but we do have a spiritual community to rejoice in. We shouldn't just worship God individually. We should worship God collectively, rejoicing in unity with other Christians and worshiping God for making every city a city where his presence can be found. And that is in the church.